creatures as tall as buildings are seen. Nobody can tell us where they came from or what they are.
环太平洋的怪兽大举入侵，第一个进攻的地点就是这里，旧金山。只有爆米花电影院带给你第一手的独家直击。热血沸腾的新片《环太平洋》故事就从2013年怪兽登陆旧金山展开，而杀气腾腾的怪兽几乎是每一个小男孩从小就有的梦想，导演吉勒摩也不例外。
Kaijus in Japan have many forms, and we wanted to stick to the basic groups of kaijus that would be based on life forms that exist on Earth. We tried to echo real animals. So we tried to echo a gorilla, we tried to echo a shark.
If you can imagine a crocodile and a lizard, okay? Well, the lizard is the dinosaur, and the crocodile is the kaiju. Huge, grotesque, much more fierce.
They're just as good in water as they are on land, so they'll dive under the water and come up and break the ship in half. It's pretty brutal.
The moment you saw them on the screen the first time, you knew that they were deadly. They were capable of destroying the Jaeger. When I was starting on makeup effects, I used to play the monster. I used to make myself up as the monster. And when I was a kid, like every other kid, I molded my face with a plaster. And then when the plaster was getting hard, it started to get really hot. And it started to burn my face, and I had to rip the plaster off with all my eyebrows in the plaster, and it hurt a lot.
So is it the monster you created yourself, or?
Yeah. Well, I used to do makeup for transforming into an ogre, a werewolf, whatever was needed. There's actually a commercial of me playing a werewolf on YouTube.
片中出现的每一只怪兽，在制作初期也都得经过宛如超级偶像的选秀淘汰，最后最恐怖、最厉害的才能出现在电影中。而代表人类这一方的巨蟹战甲，当然也不能输给怪兽。
Story alive and in the front, to make the characters, the human characters, be interesting and to keep the movie entertaining and light and beautiful.
这部电影当然不是只有电脑动画，巨蟹战甲的背后就有主角操控。导演特意设计出大型机器，让演员就像真的在驾驶机器人。不过每天摇来晃去，不时还要接受大水洗礼，要当大片 A 咖真的不是件简单的事。
How was it like to be in the compound on the first day? Did you take any motion sickness pills?
No, it was, the first hour I was like, I can handle this. This is no problem. 27 days gonna fly by. By hour 2, I was like, whoa, this is tough. Okay. By hour 3, I was like, I just want to call my mom. It was tough. It was really tough. It was supposed to be tough. I mean, we're supposed to be in the middle of saving the world, so it certainly created the correct atmosphere. You know, it limited the amount of acting that was required, because by the 9th hour in there on any given day, I really actually felt like I was fighting for my life.
Do you think about any particular thing to keep you going?
It was so funny, Rinko, we all think we're like these fucking, these tough geezers and all that, and we all just complained relentlessly for every second we were in the compod. And Rinko, bless her, who's just, quite this like slight, petite, very kind of gentle girl, literally did not complain once, not one time in the whole thing. And after a while, someone said, how are you so zen? What do you think about when you're in there? And she said, I think about teddy bears and chocolate.
Actually, I ate a lot of chocolate. Because I need some energy, and then I love chocolate, and then I ate tons of chocolate.
I'm thinking about how much I want to kill Guillermo.
If you want to stop them, you have to understand them.
就算不是演驾驶员的，在戏里也难逃失身命运。
Were you wet in almost everything?
Yeah, I was wet in a lot of the movie. which wasn't in the script, but it was fun. It did make it feel very real. But it's not fun to be hosed down in the wintertime in Toronto. So maybe if they do a sequel, hopefully I can be a little more dry.
Have you experienced the compound yourself?
The compound?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to go there.
现在我们看到呢，就是贼欧机器人的战斗服，每一套都造价超过10万美金，不过穿起来可一点都不舒服哦。
It was difficult, but our suits were very heavy. We were attached from the mechanical arm, that also was very heavy. But I think Guillermo made them really heavy because I think my performance would be more real. And then I could feel, oh wow, this is real fight. And then end of the shoot, I feel like I became a true pilot.
Can you go to the restroom in a suit?
Not for the first week, and then I said, enough's enough. we need flaps. So they created a situation, but it was still an ordeal. Yeah, it was an ordeal. It was what should take 3 minutes took 25.
1-0.
We spent the time a lot with rehearsing and training, But he's the best partner.
Did you do any special training for your six-pack?
Yeah, a lot of sit-ups. Tons and tons of sit-ups.
Did he hit you?
No, he really took care of me. And I think I hit him, but I think he didn't. He really took care of me.
从杨澜的迷宫、地狱怪客，好莱坞现在只要是有怪兽的电影，几乎都和导演吉勒摩脱不了关系。而环太平洋终于让他小时候狂追怪兽电影的梦想成真。而1年前第一支预告片亮相时，他压力大到一直发抖，差点上不了台。
You say directing the CG shots and directing the live action are both difficult, and which one is more challenging?
It's not that challenging. When you're directing live action, you have a certain amount of time to get it. When you're directing digital, you have many weeks to get it right. You see it, you can polish. What you're trying to do in live action is you're trying to capture an accident. In digital, you're trying to create things that look real. Transforming the movie into 3D was very careful process. A very careful process normally is done in a few weeks. We did it over months and months, and I was very involved in the transferring. We were working 7 days a week on the 3D.
Guillermo doesn't sleep. Guillermo has so much energy and passion. He's like a little kid who's so excited about everything that you get caught up in that energy and joy for the filmmaking.
You must do everything on your own, and you even say action. Why do you want to do that everything on your own?
No, I don't want to do everything on my own. I like to say action because I think that it gives the set a lot of energy, so I shout very loud, or I do it very intimately action. I do it depending on how it feels.
He is such a loving person, and if he were directing a monster movie, it's not just monster movie. It was going to be special, and then I could feel it, and then I could see on the film.
I gained 100 pounds preparing Pacific Rim and doing it, and I now lost 100 pounds. So what you see is me fit. Imagine.
而不说不知道，本来这个角色导演找的是阿汤哥。
I wanted to choose the right actors. When we were in the planning stages of the film, I was thinking of Tom. We were early on worked on At the Mountains of Madness together, and I like him a lot, and I still want to work with him whenever I can. But the schedules wouldn't work, and then I chose the right actor for the part, which was Idris. Once they said, you can choose somebody else, I went straight for Idris. We didn't audition anyone else.
Besides the sucks And what else did you borrow from the set?
I took a lot of pictures. I took videos, and I would always come home and show people, look at this movie we're making.
Isn't it supposed to be a secret? You can't tell anyone?
I know. Well, just a couple people, just like the close people. But I should have taken, I wish I took something like a gizmo or a gadget or something. That would have been cool.
When we were finished with the compote, Guillermo gave us an award. Looks like Oscar, but in the shape of the robots. It's kind of joke, but I almost cried.
I took home the haircut. That was it.
Right. It's funny. I gave Guillermo a souvenir. I had this big beard that I'd been cultivating for a while, and it was just one little piece that we added. It wasn't a reshoot, but we added one little piece after we'd finished filming, and I hadn't cut this beard for about a year, and I was so upset that I had to cut the beard, and I called Guillermo. I was like, we really need to do this, you know. I turned down this great film that I was gonna do just because I didn't want to cut the beard and this and that, and he said, are you kidding me? It'll cost $1 million to digitally take this beard out. You gotta cut it off. So I cut it off, and I took it to him in a little bag with $1 million beard written on it.
Demonstrate the loudest one.
Oh, yeah. Action!
Pacific Rim.
That's really loud.
Did it burst your ears?